Guys, so I've had a lot of requests on the marble tumbler, and so I thought I would do a little tutorial on how to make this. This is hand painted. It is not, there's not like a secret trick. I'm really going to be showing you how to paint this. So if that's what you want to learn, stay tuned. The first thing that you're going to want to do, you get your tumbler, and you're going to want to scuff it up. This is just a sanding block. You can also use wet sand. That's good. The wet sanding paper. We're going to be using acrylic paint, so it's really crucial to prep correctly first. If you don't, the acrylic's just going to fall right off. So you're going to scuff it up real good, and when you're done with that, you will wash it with Dawn soap. So I'm going to go do that. I'll be right back and I'll show you what to do next. Okay, so we're back. This is the cup. It has been scuffed up. Sanding block, wet sand paper. As you can see, it's just been used. You don't want it to look like this, or it's all nice and shiny. You want it to be all scuffed up so that the paint has something to adhere to. The next thing we're going to do is prime, and this is what you're going to use. Rustoleum flat white. You want, it's going to be backwards, isn't it? You want flat. Satin's okay. Do not do gloss. The acrylic is not going to want to stick to that gloss. So what you'll do, you'll take your cup. It's wet. After you've sanded, washed it with Dawn soap, set it upside down on cardboard or something. Step back about 12 inches in sweeping motions. Cover this all up in the white flat primer. Wait 10 minutes. Do it all over again. The primer, give it another coat of primer. And it's not going to be crucial for it to be perfectly flat white all the way around because we're going to be painting over it. You just want something for that acrylic paint to stick to. So I'm going to go do that. I'll be right back. So I'm back. The cup has been primed. Did 2 coats of primer and let it dry. The next thing you're going to do, you're going to want to put your cup on something because you're going to be spinning it around to paint it and stuff. You don't want to be touching wet paint. So, bam. What we're going to need, you're going to need some paints. I have copper. It's not crucial for it to be copper. You can use like a burnt sienna or something. For the Carrara marble, if you notice if you really look at it closely, you'll see like there's very faint hints of earthy tones like way down there. It's not just perfectly black and white. So get an earthy tone, white, black. And you ain't gonna get fancy with it. You can use those dinky Walmart craft paints, whatever you have laying around. We're gonna be sealing all this, so it's not gonna go anywhere. Other things you will need, stay up. This is a natural sea sponge. It came from, I don't know, it came from a bigger one, and I just ripped it to have, something small enough to use. And you will need a teeny tiny little paintbrush. The number on this says 2/0. That probably doesn't mean anything. It just means it's a little tiny paintbrush. Can you see it? You also need water to do your painting thing with, and something to paint upon. This is a palette with freezer paper wrapped around it because I'm lazy and I like to throw things away. And paper towels for boo-boos and to blot. So yeah, let's get started. I forgot to mention a second ago, you're also going to need like a flat brush. Doesn't matter the size, just flat. And both of these are going to be soft bristled. You don't want the hog hair feeling brushes because they'll leave too many brush strokes. So the first thing we're going to do, we're going to start off with the copper. Blip, 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 blip. Get your cup. And so I want you to pick a direction, like a diagonal, and see, can you see me? I might have added too much water. And we're just gonna lay down some undertones. I'm sorry, the glare. Can you see? I'm sorry. I'm not very good at this. After you do that, get your sponge, make it a little bit damp, and you're going to soften the edges. Can you see what I'm doing? I'm trying to do this like without looking. I don't have a fancy setup. I feel like if I had the camera on from up here, I could show you better. But I'm just going over it with this damp sponge and softening everything. And don't stress out about it. It's we're gonna be painting over this. You just want some blocks of color to tell you where you're going. Probably need to speed. And you'll do that, you know, a few times around the cup. Ugh. I have glitter on everything. This next line, you know, you don't want everything to be perfectly uniform. The cool thing about, you know, earthy stuff is the organic quality of it, so don't worry about it being perfect. We're not going in the same direction, just kind of the same motion, but a different shape. So it's a copper, damp sponge, soften. See what I'm doing? Just real light patterns. Happy little brush stroke. We got a long ways to go. And I think this time I'm going to go like this from the top, kind of pointing down, going in that same diagonal. Yeah. One thing about this style is, like, when you go around the corner or to the bottom like this, I don't know, when you're all done and you step back, it looks really real. It's pretty cool. So, do our block of color, damp sponge, soften it. Just lightly tap right there where the block of color is, and then softly tap to spread that color out. We don't want any hard lines. Sponge is getting a little dry. You see what I'm doing? We're going to be doing a lot of layers, so don't fall in love with what you're doing right now. So, okay, this is what we have so far. We're going to let this dry. You want it to be completely dry. I would say, to be on the safe side, give it an hour. So I'm going to let this dry. I'll be back, and I'll show you the technique for creating the veining, and BRB. Okay, so all dry. The next thing that you're going to do is take the white, titanium white. You're going to mix it with enough water to make it the consistency of milk. We want something really thin, and what we're going to do is we're going to whitewash over everything that we just did. I got paint on my finger. If I was smart, I would have had this all done before I started the video. Try not to get paint everywhere. Yep. I can't really show you because it'll just like bead off. Okay, and just whitewash over it. Glitter everywhere. Story of my life. My poor family. They leave a little sparkle wherever they go. Move the water to the palette so I don't get water everywhere. And don't forget the bottom. And if you use the soft bristle brush, you'll see that the brush marks aren't going to be that big of a deal because it's everything's wet. It just kind of like bleeds together. And I believe we've gone all over that. Sorry. There will be a few brush strokes. I don't know. Can you see it right there? Simple fix. Just get your damp sponge. Very, very lightly tap. Just disrupt those lines so that we don't have streaky lines. And the lines, I don't know, it's not that big of a deal, especially if they like go at an angle, because the marble kind of has that kind of runny look to it. Okay, so once this is done, go ahead and let that dry completely. I will be right back, and then I'll show you how to do the veining. So, we're back. Here's my cup. I went ahead and I did one more coat of whitewash because you just barely want those to peek through. We're going to do more layers. So, we're going to be doing the veining next. I feel like I had something to say and I have now forgotten. Whatever. Just get going. This time we're going to use our little bitty brush. And here's what I want you to do. You're going to hold the center of the brush, and I'm sorry for my nails. You're going to hold this under the brush, and what this is going to do is this is going to cause you to use a lighter, well, it's going to force you to use a lighter hand. And you might want to practice this before you do it on the cup. You're going to set the brush down. You're going to like kind of twirl it like this as you drag it. And what it's going to do is it's going to create an irregular line, and it's just going to look organic the way that the marble does, the veining in the marble does. You're going to go in the same direction as the same diagonal that you did your brown spots in. Let me mix up a little black with a tiny bit of water here. You want the viscosity to be damp but dark, you know, not like the whitewash was. It's gonna be weird doing it like this. Okay. So lay it on there. Now, I don't know how to explain how you do the pattern of the veining. You kind of just have to look and study a picture to do it, or just copy this. I don't know. So it's really hard to do it like this. I need this camera in a different spot. Can you see it? Can you see that? And the veining is going to have spots where it connects. It's going to have cracks in it. It's going to have places where it starts and stops again. Can you see what I'm doing? I'm sorry, the glare. I don't know how to make videos. And this is like an awkward angle to be painting. Can you see what I'm doing here? Is it creating a glare? I'm sorry. So, once you have that, get your sponge, make a damp. You're just going to soften it up a little. The acrylic dries pretty quickly, so gotta be fast. You see what I'm doing here? What this is going to do is as we add layers of the whitewash, it's going to look like that smoky effect that you see in the real marble. Can you see what I'm doing? Go right over the edge. Sometimes when I do these cups, I tape off the bottom, the lip and the bottom, which is good. It makes the cup more durable if it falls, but for this particular look, you don't want to do that because, I don't know, it looks more real when it goes right off the edge. So you see what I've done there? And, I don't know, maybe I'll fast forward through this part when I edit the video, but keep doing that. So here's our little brown. And you know, some where it connects. This is the artistic part of it. Sometimes you just gotta practice. Most people that are good at art aren't naturally good at art. They just practice a lot. So, you see what I'm doing? Damn sponge. Mess it up. And we're going to be doing multiple layers of this, so don't fall in love with your veining until like the last layer. Looks really dark right now, but we're going to come back and fix it. The lighting sucks. It's raining today. And I don't know how to do anything with videos. So here's another brown. So I'm just going to go along that. Same technique. Lightly touch, drag, while you spin the paintbrush. This technique also works really good for like roots and tree branches and stuff. I went to art school to learn how to do this. Can you see? It's like I can't pay attention to what I'm doing on here and the painting. I don't even know if I'm being loud enough. Can you hear me? And if you hear a horrible squeaking in the background, I'm sorry. That is, I've got a bunch of tumblers going right now. And my spinners make the most god-awful noise. It sounds like something is dying. And my family gets to live with it. I love this. There's no rhyme or reason to this, really. It's just go in one direction, make a couple lines, try to make them connect at points. Okay. Sponge. Mess it up. This is going to create that smoky kind of look. Okay. What we're going to do next is, my eyeball's watering, clean off your sponge. While you're waiting on these layers to dry, you know, if you're impatient like I am, you can just take a heat gun to it, but otherwise, in between the layers, clean off your brushes, your sponge, your water, so you're not painting with muddy stuff. Go ahead and take your sponge and the white, and you want it pretty thin. I wish I had like, can I set this right here? That doesn't do anything. Well, I tried. White. It went everywhere. Dampen the sponge. Can you see what I'm doing here? We're going to go back in between some of these little cracks and just bring a little bit of that white back. That might even be too dark. I'm going to start over here because this one's already dry. So, see the little bit of white there? Like, see, for example, this little crack right here. I'm just going to very gently bring a little bit of the color back there. And in between the veinings. I'm sorry, this glare. I'm just so in between the veins, I dabbed on some white and I'm just spreading it out. The sponge will create, you know, kind of that texture. Dab, dab, dab. Especially this one's really dark. Let me see. I must be the worst tutorial maker ever. I apologize. I've never done this before, but I'm trying. Okay. Let that dry. While it's drying, clean everything. When we come back, we're going to do another whitewash. We're back. We're going to mix up that white really super thin again. We're going to do a coat of whitewash. After this is when things start getting a little more real. Before, up until this point, it's like you can't really mess up. Anything you put down is just going to help the final look. But after this, you're going to have to pay a little more attention to your veining. And can you see this? I would have done a live video because on the Tumbler groups that I'm in, I've had a bunch of people asking to do this tutorial. I would have done it live so that I could answer questions and stuff, but I've got kids and dogs and family just walking in and out of the house. But everybody's sleeping or gone right now, so just gonna make a video. You see that? See, it's starting to look like marble. You can do it. I have faith in you. Someone just ordered a black marble one. I can't wait to do that. That'll be soon. Okay. You see what I got there? If you have any lines, go ahead and trying to use the camera to see what y'all are seeing. but when the paint is that watered down, it's just kind of like gonna bleed together, so you really won't have too many problems with brush strokes. Yeah, it's looking good. If this is too much work for you, I also sell them. I will include the Etsy link. Okay, go ahead and let that dry, and I'll show you the next step. I'm back. Okay, we're gonna go back to veining. What you're gonna do is get your little bitty brush. So you see how I went in this direction right here. This time you're gonna go in the opposite direction. So like if you did this, do this, X across. And you're just gonna do that same technique, hold it in the middle, do a little twirl as you drag it. I would suggest watering down the paint a tiny bit more. You can always do more layers. It's kind of frustrating when you have to like ruin everything that you did though. Just gonna pick a spot. Can you see what I'm doing? Can I turn this way and still be in the picture? What did I do? Some marks too. I don't want to turn this too much and then you see my area, my craft area. It's a mess. Can you see that? Oh. And it's okay to have some spots that are like thicker and some spots that are thinner. That's actually your goal. What am I doing? You see that? And the same process that we did with the first layer of veining, we're just going to repeat that. And just keep going that same diagonal. These veins are just something you kind of have to get a feel for. Practice, practice, practice. See how it's really dark in spots and then really thin in spots. That's good. Sponge. Get a little damp. See what I'm doing here? Should be targeting like open areas. I'll do one right there. My eyeball keeps watering and I've got allergies. I wish I could be doing this right, show y'all as I'm painting it, but I can't. I gotta set up this thing somehow, another way. It's just gonna be a little line. Hit it with the damp sponge. I'm sorry. Where's my sponge? Paintbrush. Okay, so here's a blank spot that needs some love. The thing about being an artist They say you can't be successful at it, but if that is your passion, and that is what calls to you, or whatever it is, and not even art, if you pour your heart into it and just pour your soul into it, the world will celebrate you. So, follow your dreams, kids! Okay, let's go ahead and let this dry. I'll be right back. This is what we have right now. As you can see, it's a lot darker than our goal. So, we're going to do, this time we do the whitewash, do it a little thicker, like not so watery. Can I put this shade here? Okay. I feel like this video is taking forever, and I'm sorry, but it just takes time. Okay, I'm not going to paint on the computer. Doing this a little bit thicker. Actually, I'm going to mix up a little more paint. Try not to drop it this time. It's taking forever to dry. It's muggy today. Affects with the humidity and whatnot. Okay. So you can see that's quite a bit thicker. That's what she said. So before, after. Now this time, since the paint is thicker, it is going to have more brush strokes to it. So, it might be wise. You just have to look at it and see what your cup is doing. But, you'll sponge over this to get rid of those lines. And then, you might need another coat, because the sponge might pick up some of the paints. A little better. I approve. We're going to do one more layer of veining, and then we're going to tinker with that veining, and then show you how to do. See the sparkles? That's the best part. Show you how to do that. Wet sponge. You see how it's picks up a little bit of the paint, which is good. It makes I don't know, can you see how the sponge creates, like, get another spot. It breaks up that line. Well, now the light's getting all messed up. I don't know, just trust me. Starting to look a little more like marble. I'd say that's good. let this dry, see what it looks like. The product placement there. Alright, I went ahead and I did one more coat of whitewash because it just felt like the veining was a little too dark. So after the second set of veins, I did 2 coats of the whitewash, and this is what we have right now. This is when things get real. Your veins need to be on point now. The other thing, whenever you're going over it with a white, I know it's like, oh, I just put in all that hard work and now I'm just covering it up. It's okay. Just paint. You can paint it back. It's all good. So, baby little paintbrush. I feel like my hair has just gotten progressively messier as this video has gone on. Who cares? It's a messy day. And I'm going to put my face like right here, and I'm sorry I can't show you, but I don't know, it's just the way I paint. Okay, so you're going to go back in that original direction that you went, and aim for the spots that don't have any love on them. So, see right there, it's pretty blank. I'm going to go for that. You do want to leave some spots that are just like completely white, but I don't know how to explain it. You just gotta get a feel for it. Get my resting bee face on whenever I do this. Another thing, make some spots like there's a little hole in there. Can you see that? I don't know, it just looks cool. Go back in with the damp sponge. It's not doing anything. The thing about acrylic, it's a plastic. So like once it sets, it is set. It is a plastic. But if you can catch it before it sets, you can still play with it a little. We're just doing that same thing that we did to the other veins. This time, when we're done with these veins, we're going to go back and take away, and go back and take away. We're going to play with them a little bit, but this is going to be your last set of veins. Guys, so I've had a lot of requests on the marble tumbler, and so I thought I would do a little tutorial on how to make this. This is hand painted. It is not, there's not like a secret trick. I'm really going to be showing you how to paint this. So if that's what you want to learn, stay tuned. The first thing that you're going to want to do, you get your tumbler, and you're going to want to scuff it up. This is just a sanding block. You can also use wet sand. That's good. The wet sanding paper. We're going to be using acrylic paint, so it's really crucial to prep correctly first. If you don't, the acrylic's just going to fall right off. So you're going to scuff it up real good, and when you're done with that, you will wash it with Dawn soap. So I'm going to go do that. I'll be right back and I'll show you what to do next. Okay, so we're back. This is the cup. It has been scuffed up. Sanding block, wet sand paper. As you can see, it's just been used. You don't want it to look like this, where it's all nice and shiny. You want it to be all scuffed up so that the paint has something to adhere to. The next thing we're going to do is prime, and this is what you're going to use. Rustoleum flat white. You want, it's going to be backwards, isn't it? You want flat. Satin's okay. Do not do gloss. The acrylic is not going to want to stick to that gloss. So what you'll do, you'll take a cup. It's wet. After you've sanded, washed it with Dawn soap, set it upside down on cardboard or something. Step back about 12 inches and sweeping motions. Cover this all up in the white flat primer. Wait 10 minutes. Do it all over again. The primer, give it another coat of primer. And it's not going to be crucial for it to be perfectly flat white all the way around because we're going to be painting over it. You just want something for that acrylic paint to stick to. So I'm going to go do that. I'll be right back. So I'm back. The cup has been primed. Did 2 coats of primer and let it dry. The next thing you're going to do, you're going to want to put your cup on something because you're going to be spinning it around to paint it and stuff. You don't want to be touching wet paint. So, bam. What we're going to need, you're going to need some paints. I have copper. It's not crucial for it to be copper. You can use like a burnt sienna or something. For the Carrara marble, if you notice if you really look at it closely, you'll see like there's very faint hints of earthy tones like way down there. It's not just perfectly black and white. So get an earthy tone, white, black. And you ain't gonna get fancy with it. You can use those dinky Walmart craft paints, whatever you have laying around. We're gonna be sealing all this, so it's not gonna go anywhere. Other things you will need, stay up. This is a natural sea sponge. It came from, I don't know, it came from a bigger one, and I just ripped it to have, something small enough to use. And you will need a teeny tiny little paintbrush. The number on this says 2/0. That probably doesn't mean anything. It just means it's a little tiny paintbrush. Can you see it? You also need water to do your painting thing with, and something to paint upon. This is a palette with freezer paper wrapped around it because I'm lazy and I like to throw things away. And paper towels for boo-boos and to blot. So yeah, let's get started. I forgot to mention a second ago, you're also going to need like a flat brush. Doesn't matter of the size, just flat. And both of these are going to be soft bristled. I feel like it needs a little more attention up here. you start getting frustrated, just set it down and take a break. Step back, look at it. Sometimes, like, I do this when I'm painting them. And then I'm like, oh, this sucks. I just see brush marks. And then, like, I look at it from the other side of the room and I'm like, oh, that looks like marble. I don't know, nobody's really going to see it here on the bottom, but it's a nice finishing touch. Like, they drink their cup and they lift it up and you see that and it's like, oh, that looks complete. Looks legit. Add one more, just a tiny little bit right there. I think I'm going to go more horizontal. Maybe connect it on the side. I've not done that in a while. We're just going in and a few spots here and there. Okay, so here's what we have so far. I try to make each cup unique. They're hand painted, so you don't want them to all look exactly the same. Not like that right there. I'm going to blend that a little more. put just a touch. It's not done. Go ahead and let that dry, and then we'll start, we'll do some more detailing within these lines. Okay, this is what we have. I'm going to do one more coat of the whitewash, just super thin, just to, thank you, just to soften everything up here. Nice thin layer.
Mama?
Mm-hmm. So before, after. Then we'll go in and detail those lines a little.
Mama?
Yes, ma'am. My kids are like. Okay. What do you think? Good? Yeah. Thank you. So, go ahead and let that dry. So, whitewash is all dry. We're going to take white and pick either the left or the right side of the line, and it's almost like you're going to create a vein with the white.
Mama?
Yeah. Oh, still had paint on it. So, like, super subtle. And just do this here and there, wherever. Then go in your damp sponge and soften it. This probably is not even going to pick up on the camera, it's that subtle. But it's the little bitty touches like that that make it look realistic. Bless you!
Thank you, Mama.
It's gonna look like natural highlights. You see it. I don't know, it takes a trained eye to see that, but it looks more real when you're all done. Oh, not watered down enough. Just random little spots. You see it? See. Okay, now we're going to do the same thing with the black, but this time you're going to go inside of the vein, and I wish I could pull up like a little square right here to show you the marble. There's parts of it where the vein is closer to the surface and it is darker, and that's what we've been trying to recreate here. See how it's like darker right there? But we're just going to bring it up a little more. I told you it wasn't going to be easy. So and soften. Use the lightest touch that you can. Just bring a little pop. You want to bring it where it's already a little bit dark.
Mama?
Like, don't go where the line has disappeared and then draw a dark line. Yes, ma'am. Damn, my sponge a little. I touched the butt. Let's see, try to do it where you can see it. It's a little damp right there.
Mama?
So, like, see this line, that line right there. Just, oh, wrong spot. Just go along. I did it again. You see what I'm doing? If you water your paint down enough, you can always just go back in and make it a little bit darker. Oh, I'm sitting here tapping the wrong one. So, I want to hit up this line, but it's still damp. So I'll hit up this horizontal one right here. No way! Mm-hmm.
Bucket, Mama.
Yeah. This line is in desperate need of help.
Mama, shiny, Mama. All the east, Mama.
When you get like right up on it, yeah, you can see that it's brush marks. But most people aren't going to drink it, you know, right there, so.
Mama.
Yes, ma'am. Mommy's mumbling and rambling. That one's way too bold. Bless you. You're welcome. And this is the part where I'm like, it's just not good enough. I'm my hardest critic. I'm using the camera to like see where it needs attention. But yeah, I just pretty much keep doing that until you have something that you are happy with. What happened?
Mama.
feel like I went darker with this one than I normally do. Is something the matter? Scarlett, Scarlett, what are you watching? Mommy's gonna have to turn this video off because you're singing the song to your people. Are you needing attention right now? I feel like you're requesting attention right now. Yes.
Mama.
You want out?
Yeah.
You want a cookie?
Mama. Mama.
I'll be right there. I think I might call this done. Let's see. Hold on.
Mama.
Well, it's not like done. I still need to do the sparkles. But
Mama.
can you sit down real quick for like 2 seconds? Por favor. So, this is what we have now. This is what. And
Mommy.
I'm going to tend to this little rascal and I'll be right back. So once you're all done, can you see? You are going to seal the whole thing in this. It's crystal clear enamel. Make sure this is completely dry, and once you seal it with this, you're not going to be able to paint anymore with this, so make sure you're done. Trying to think if there's anything else I need to add. Just make sure your paint's dry. The same sweeping motion. It's going to create a barrier that will protect your paint from the epoxy, because one time I did this and I don't know, the epoxy, maybe the paint wasn't dry, but the epoxy just made the paint melt away and a little piece of me died. When you are done with that, and this is all dry, wait like an hour, and then we're going to epoxy. And you're going to get, you're going to mix. I don't know, I'd say 10 cc, 5 cc's part A, 5 cc's part B, total of 10 cc's, and this is the icing on the cake. This is from yayasglitter.com. It's called High Flash White Silver. This is a transparent glitter, and it doesn't have another color. I left my cup over there. So I've used other whites before, and some of them have like a pink to them, or a purple, or a green when the light hits them. This is like truly white and iridescent, so you're not going to have a color shift, and I think that looks more like realistic marble. I'll try to record me putting the epoxy on. So, you know, you're going to have the 10 cc's total of your epoxy. You're going to mix in like a 1/4 teaspoon of this into the epoxy. Stir it in maybe 4 minutes. And then you're going to apply that to your cup. Let it dry at least 8 hours. Then you're going to do another coat of epoxy, 10 cc's, with nothing else in it. Let that dry, and then you're done. You're going to do your decal or whatever. I don't know. You probably know what you're doing. But, yeah, I'll try to record the epoxy with the glitter going onto the cup.